Bitcoin is seeing a little bit of retracement below the $66,000. I'm seeing a lot of interesting formations for Bitcoin occurring, so I will discuss them with you in today's video. Yesterday the Ethereum ETF went live and we can see a lot of interesting price action already for Ethereum. Later in the video I will also give you an update about Dogecoin, so watch this video all the way to the end to be updated about the markets. Give this video a like and let's dive right into the charts. On the daily time frame we can see Bitcoin was in this huge triangle and we broke to the top side. We also broke this critical horizontal resistance area for Bitcoin and we retested this as support, and then we came further back up. And yeah, it looks like Bitcoin is coming back down to the support level, and that's nothing to worry about because it would be very healthy actually, and we are still in this huge uptrend. So if Bitcoin comes back to the 64,000 level, then we can still confirm the uptrend, but we have to see a bounce from this level and then we can maybe aim for higher targets. And a big resistance on the top side will be around the $72,000. So let's see if Bitcoin can see a big bounce after this retracement back to this lower level, and then maybe see a bounce to the upper side resistance. And also another chart on the daily time frame. It looked like Bitcoin was breaking this interesting critical resistance level on the daily time frame at around the 67,000. We went above it, but we can now see that Bitcoin made a somewhat of a fake out and that we need to aim for lower levels again. So this first level around the 64,000 is the first big support, and let's see if Bitcoin can maybe continue the uptrend and see some similar price action like this. And eventually we want to break this level again, and we also want to break this upper side resistance again at around the $72,000. So yeah, this could still be an uptrend for Bitcoin, but in a shorter time frame we also have to keep in mind that we can come back to this 64,000 support level. And after 12 consecutive days of inflow into the Bitcoin ETF, we saw an outflow of the Bitcoin ETF yesterday. We had an outflow of $78 million, and we can see BlackRock was still buying, but the Bitwise Bitcoin ETF was selling. Also the ARK Bitcoin ETF was selling, and of course the Grayscale ETF was selling. So in total we saw an outflow of $78 million, and that's not something we want to see, of course. But of course, yeah, we could maybe today see another inflow of money, and maybe they are selling because they want to switch to the Ethereum ETF. But yeah, that's some speculation, of course. But for now, it's only a 78 million outflow, and we saw a lot of inflows in the last week, so that was very bullish. And yeah, let's see if we can just continue the uptrend for this Bitcoin ETF. And if we have a look on the 4-hour time frame, we can see Bitcoin switch from a huge downtrend after this $72,000 top. We are now in this uptrend, and yeah, we can see somewhat of a rising wedge formation, and yeah, we can see multiple touch points here on the top side as resistance, and also multiple touch points on the downside as support. So yeah, we can maybe see it like this, that Bitcoin is in this rising wedge formation, and eventually we want to see a bounce from this support level and maybe reach this top side resistance again. But a rising wedge channel is a typical bearish bias pattern because we are seeing consolidation to the top side, and eventually this pattern most of the time tends to break to the downside. We are retesting the support as resistance, and then we come further back down. But of course we want to see something like this happening, that we are going to see a strong bounce from this support level, and that we're going to see a huge bounce to the top side, maybe retest this resistance to the top side, and eventually we want to see this break to the top side, and that would be a very bullish move for Bitcoin. But for now we have to be a little bit patient that this formation is going to hold, and that we're not going to see a bearish break to the downside. And in the last weeks I've been talking about this broadening wedge for Bitcoin. We can see we bounced from the support level around this level, and around this level I was very bullish to buy more Bitcoin into the markets. So that's exactly what I did, and we almost reached this top side resistance, and that is looking very bullish for Bitcoin, of course. But I still want to see this top side resistance getting hit, and that will be around the $69,000. So let's see if Bitcoin can come back to this resistance level, maybe force a break to the top side, retest this previous resistance as support, and then come further back up. And yeah, this will be the last resistance for Bitcoin after we are aiming for a new all-time high. And the all-time high will be around the $74,000. So we're just very close to the previous all-time high. And if we measure the current price to the previous all-time high, we are only just 12% away from all-time high. So actually that is very close, because from the lower side we already pumped for more than yeah, 20%. So yeah, we're just 12% pump away from a new all-time high. And later this week there is a huge Bitcoin conference in Nashville. Trump is expecting to deliver a potentially historic message there. There are rumors that Trump will make Bitcoin a strategic reserve for the USA if he becomes president. So that is huge, of course. and that will have a very positive effect of the price. And another interesting rumor that was going around is that Trump wants to make Larry Fink, the BlackRock CEO, his treasury secretary. That will be also very used because he is also very bullish on Bitcoin, of course. And that's exactly what we want to see. And we want to see a pro-Bitcoin government for the USA, and that will have a very positive effect on the markets for Bitcoin in the coming months. And this bull flag formation on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin is still interesting to see. We are seeing a lot of sideways consolidation, and we are in this consolidation phase since the beginning of March. And eventually we want to see a break to the top side, a retest of this previous resistance, and then we have to see a big exponential move to the top side. And this bull flag formation has a breakout target of $108,000. So that is insane, of course. But yeah, for now we have to be a little bit patient that we're going to see a bullish break. And when Bitcoin was at these stages, I was being bullish, and a lot of people thought that we were going lower and that the bull market was over. But at this kind of stages at support, you have to be a little more bullish, and then you can buy into the markets. Because if you bought here in the markets, then you made already a significant gain. And when this exponential move possibly can break out, we are seeing a lot of more gains coming into the market. So always on support you have to be bullish, and on resistance you can become a little bit more bearish. And yesterday the Ethereum ETF went live, and we saw a little bit of a mixed day. We saw a huge wick on the top side for this daily candle, and also a wick on the downside. And everyone was expecting a little bit of a sell the news event, but yeah, the price was just a little bit stagnating. So that was very positive to see actually. And the Ethereum ETF had a very interesting first day. We saw trading volume about $1 billion getting hit. So that is interesting to see. And yeah, this is a very good start for the Ethereum ETF. And if we have a look at the total inflows, we saw a total inflow of $106 million. So that is also insane. BlackRock is buying in heavily, just like the Bitwise Ethereum ETF. And Grayscale is having a lot of Ethereum, so they are dumping them on the market. And yeah, we can still see they have a lot of Ethereum in their pocket left. And the reason why they're selling is that they are having a fee of 2.5%. So just like for the Bitcoin ETF, they are changing it to the other ETF. And people are selling it because they don't want to have this huge fee. And they eventually are going to buy in again on this other ETF for Grayscale. But for now, this could have maybe a little bit of a bearish effect on the market for Ethereum. And that's why we are seeing mixed signals. And for now, my buy orders are still here and also at this level. And we could potentially see that Ethereum is coming back to these levels, and then my buy orders will getting hit. But if we are going to see more topside from here, we could also retest this previous resistance around $3,700 and maybe force a break to the top side, retest this previous resistance as support, and then come further back up. And that's what we want to see. So if we are seeing this bullish scenario playing out, that's also okay for me. Then my buy orders aren't just getting hit. But we will see more bullish price action for Ethereum. Another interesting altcoin I want to have a look at is Dogecoin. We can see Dogecoin was breaking below this support level on the daily time frame. We can see a lot of touch points in the past as support. We retested this as resistance, and we came back down. And we saw a little bit of a couple of bearish weeks. But now we are seeing a break above this support level again, and we are retesting this resistance level to turn it into support. And maybe from here we can aim for higher targets. So for now, Dogecoin is looking a little bit more bullish than bearish, and we are retesting this resistance again as support, so that is looking very strong. And the first big resistance for Dogecoin will be around this level, because we also see a lot of touch points in the past as resistance, as support. So we can see a lot of touch points in the past as resistance. So this will be the first big resistance for Dogecoin to break. We can see multiple touch points here. So let's see if Dogecoin can come back to this 14.5 cents. And eventually we want to see a break of this level, retest this resistance as support, and then come further back up. And that would confirm the continuation of the bullish uptrend. So for now we have to be a little bit patient that Dogecoin is coming back to this level, and that we are going to hold this support level on the downside. But yeah, as I was saying, it's looking a little bit more bullish than bearish. And let me know in the comments if you're still holding Dogecoin, and if you still think that Dogecoin could make a new all-time high in this coming bull cycle. So I hope you find this video useful. Give this video a like, follow me on my socials, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.